You should not raise your vibration if you won't be able to handle the 7 harsh truths that we'll be covering in this video. You see, the journey of raising your vibration is not for the faint of heart. It's a path strewn with challenges that will test your very essence, reshaping your soul from the inside out. One of the hardest hurdles when it comes to raising your vibration is the dark night of the soul. This isn't about simple meditation sessions that leave you feeling light and breezy, or affirmations that sprinkle your mornings with a dash of optimism. No, this is about the gut-wrenching, soul-searching journey that beckons those brave enough to confront their innermost fears and existential doubts. In the depths of the dark night of the soul, you'll find yourself questioning everything. Your beliefs, your purpose, even the very fabric of reality will come under scrutiny. It's a spiritual rite of passage that strips you bare, leaving you face to face with your most authentic self, warts and all. Imagine a night so dark you can't see your hand in front of your face. Now imagine that darkness is inside you, swallowing every light of certainty you've ever had. This is the first truth of raising your vibration. It forces you into the abyss of your own psyche, challenging you to find your light in the most unexpected of places. The dark night of the soul is not just a concept, it's an experience that many spiritual seekers have documented throughout history. It's a period of feeling lost, alone, and devoid of divine support. But here's the twist. This darkness is not a punishment. It's a profound invitation to deeper understanding and existential insight. You might find parallels in the stories of mystics and sages across various cultures. Take, for example, the biblical tale of Jonah in the whale's belly, a metaphor for being swallowed by the depths of one's own despair, only to emerge with profound insight and a renewed sense of purpose. Or consider the Buddhist teachings on the nature of suffering as a pathway to enlightenment. But why must this journey begin with such a harrowing ordeal? The answer lies in the very nature of light and darkness. Without one, the other cannot be understood or appreciated. Your highest self can only shine brightly after you've navigated the shadows within. This is not about dwelling in negativity, but about recognizing that the path to true enlightenment is paved with real, sometimes uncomfortable, growth. One of the most notable figures in the history of spirituality who experienced his own dark night of the soul is Saint John of the Cross, a 16th century Spanish mystic and poet. His life and writings offer profound insights into the transformative power of the dark night and the journey towards raising one's vibration. John of the Cross was born in 1542 in Fontiveros, Spain. He entered the Carmelite order at a young age and later met Saint Teresa of Avila, another renowned mystic, with whom he collaborated in reforming the Carmelite order to adhere more closely to the original rule of poverty and simplicity. John's spiritual journey took a dramatic turn when he found himself imprisoned in a tiny cell by his own fellow Carmelites for his reformist views. It was during his imprisonment that John of the Cross wrote some of his most profound works, including The Dark Night of the Soul and The Ascent of Mount Carmel. These writings are considered classics of Christian mysticism and delve deeply into the soul's journey towards union with the divine. John's personal experience of the dark night was not just theoretical, it was a lived reality that he expressed through his poetry and prose. In The Dark Night of the Soul, John of the Cross describes the soul's journey towards God as a process of purification and transformation. He explains that the soul must go through a profound darkness where it feels abandoned by God and stripped of all the familiar supports and consolations of the spiritual life. This period of intense inner struggle and doubt is precisely what characterizes the dark night of the soul. For John, this darkness is a necessary stage in the soul's journey towards union with God. It is a time of purgation where the soul is cleansed of its attachments to worldly desires, egoic tendencies, and false beliefs. Just as a butterfly must struggle to break free from its cocoon to become a beautiful creature, the soul must go through this agonizing process of self-emptying to become fully open to divine grace. John's writings emphasize that this dark night is a grace-filled experience. It is not a punishment, but rather an invitation to deeper intimacy with the divine. It is a call to surrender and trust in God's transformative power. Just as Jonah emerged from the belly of the whale with newfound wisdom, John of the Cross teaches that those who endure the dark night of the soul will emerge with a profound sense of spiritual clarity, union with God, and a heightened vibration of love and light. The key to navigating the dark night, according to John, is to persevere in faith and surrender to the divine will. It's about letting go of the ego's control and allowing God to work within you. In his poetry, he beautifully describes the soul's yearning for union with the divine, even in the midst of the darkest of nights. As you contemplate embarking on this journey, remember, the dark night of the soul is not an endless night. Dawn does come, and with it, a deeper, more authentic connection to the universe and your place within it. But the road to dawn is paved with trials that will test your resolve, your faith, and your willingness to confront and integrate aspects of yourself you'd rather not face. So, before you decide to raise your vibration, ask yourself if you're ready for the journey. Are you prepared to walk through the darkness to find your true light? This is not a path for those seeking a quick fix or a feel-good spirituality. It's a deep, transformative process that demands courage, resilience, and a willingness to face the harsh truths about yourself and the nature of reality. If you're ready, take a deep breath. The journey ahead is not easy, but it is rewarding beyond measure. Venturing on the journey of raising your vibration is akin to setting sail into uncharted waters. The promise of discovering new lands of inner peace and enlightenment is thrilling, yet the voyage is fraught with storms and high seas. This brings us to the second harsh truth you must face. The path is uncomfortable and sometimes even mentally painful. This discomfort is not a sign that you're doing something wrong. Rather, it's a testament to the depth of your inner work. Raising your vibration involves shedding layers of ego, unlearning patterns of thought and behavior that no longer serve you, and confronting truths about yourself that you might have spent a lifetime avoiding. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. The ascent is steep, the path narrow, and the weather unpredictable. With each step, your muscles scream and your breath shortens. Yet there's an undeniable urge to reach the summit. Why? Because you know that atop that peak lies a view so breathtaking, so utterly transformative, that every step of the journey will have been worth it. This is what raising your vibration feels like. The climb is tough, the path is rocky, and there are moments when you'll doubt your ability to continue. But the summit is in sight, and the promise of reaching it propels you forward. One of the most significant sources of discomfort on this journey is the dismantling of the ego. The ego, with its fears, insecurities, and need for control, acts as a barrier to higher consciousness. As you raise your vibration, you'll be challenged to let go of these aspects of yourself, a process that can feel like losing a part of your identity. This shedding of the ego can lead to moments of existential crisis, where you question who you are and what your place in the universe is. Furthermore, the process of introspection and self-examination required to raise your vibration can bring to the surface repressed emotions and unresolved issues. Facing these can be mentally painful, as it requires you to confront aspects of your past and yourself that you may have been avoiding. It's like cleaning out a wound. It hurts and it's uncomfortable, but it's necessary for healing. However, it's essential to remember that this discomfort and pain are not without purpose. They are signs of growth and transformation. Just as a caterpillar must endure the confinement and struggle of the chrysalis to emerge as a butterfly, so too must you embrace the discomfort of this process to achieve a higher state of being. Throughout this journey, it's crucial to practice self-compassion and patience. Be gentle with yourself as you navigate these challenges. Remember, every great journey is marked by trials and tribulations, but it's these very challenges that make the destination worthwhile. As you continue the ascent on your spiritual journey, navigating through the discomfort and mental pain, you encounter a profound truth that is as inevitable as it is transformative. This truth, often overlooked in the initial excitement of spiritual awakening, demands not only your attention but your courage. It's about facing your shadows. The concept of shadow in psychology, introduced by Carl Jung, refers to the aspects of ourselves that we choose to repress or deny, the parts that we believe are not acceptable to our family, society, or even ourselves. These can be traits, impulses, desires, or past experiences we're not proud of. The journey of raising your vibration is incomplete without venturing into the depths of your own shadow. Imagine walking into a room filled with mirrors, each reflecting a part of you that you've tried to hide or suppress. At first, the urge might be to turn away to avoid looking directly at them, but here in this hall of mirrors, you find the essence of your spiritual quest. Facing your shadows is not about indulging in self-criticism or dwelling in past mistakes. It's about acknowledging and integrating these parts to move forward with a whole and balanced self. This truth is challenging because it confronts you with your vulnerabilities, fears, and most critically, the parts of yourself you've deemed unlovable. But why is this confrontation necessary? Because your shadows, when ignored, can hold you back from achieving true spiritual growth. They can manifest as triggers, emotional blockages, or even as patterns of behavior that continuously sabotage your progress. The process of facing your shadows is akin to alchemy. It's about transforming the lead of your fears, insecurities, and repressed emotions into the gold of wisdom, strength, and self-acceptance. This transformation does not happen overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to explore the darkest corners of your psyche. Here, the parable of the prodigal son offers a profound lesson. It's a story of erring, facing the consequences, and ultimately returning home to forgiveness and acceptance. Your shadows, much like the prodigal son, are estranged parts of yourself that seek to return home to your consciousness. By facing them, you're not only acknowledging their existence but also offering them forgiveness and acceptance. This act of internal reconciliation is a powerful step towards holistic healing and integration. Facing your shadows also means recognizing that light and darkness exist within you. Just as the moon has its phases, so too does your journey of raising your vibration. There will be moments of fullness and clarity, but there will also be moments of darkness and confusion. Embracing both these aspects is essential for your spiritual evolution. Now we arrive at the fourth truth, the unrealistic expectations of eternal bliss. The allure of raising your vibration often comes with the expectation of eternal bliss and unending happiness. Many embark on this journey seeking a shortcut to a life filled with unceasing positivity and joy. However, the harsh truth that awaits you is this: raising your vibration is not a shortcut to eternal bliss, and unrealistic expectations can lead to disappointment. It's human nature to desire happiness, and there's nothing wrong with that aspiration. But the misconception lies in the belief that a high vibrational state equates to a perpetually positive outlook. In reality, a balanced and harmonious life encompasses both positive and negative experiences, and it's important to embrace the full spectrum of human emotions. Consider the parable of the Taoist farmer, a story that illustrates the ebb and flow of life's events. In this tale, a farmer's horse runs away, and his neighbors lament the misfortune. The farmer responds with equanimity, stating that it's neither good nor bad, it's simply an event. Later, the horse returns with a wild stallion, which the farmer's son attempts to tame. In the process, the son breaks his leg. Again, the neighbors express their sympathy, to which the farmer responds with the same equanimity. Finally, when the army comes to draft young men into war, the son is spared due to his injury. The neighbors rejoice, but the farmer maintains his balanced perspective. This parable teaches us that life is a series of events, and labeling them as exclusively good or bad is a matter of perception. Similarly, raising your vibration does not eliminate life's challenges, but equips you with the tools to navigate them with greater ease and understanding. Unrealistic expectations of perpetual happiness can lead to disillusionment on your spiritual journey. There will still be moments of sadness, frustration, anger, and despair. These emotions are not indicative of failure, but are part of the human experience. Embracing them as essential aspects of your growth can lead to greater wisdom and resilience. Furthermore, the pressure to maintain a constantly positive outlook can be exhausting. It may lead to spiritual bypassing, a tendency to use spirituality as a means to avoid dealing with negative emotions or life's practical challenges. Spiritual bypassing can hinder your growth and prevent you from fully integrating the lessons that life presents. In truth, raising your vibration is about achieving balance and harmony within yourself, not escaping from the ups and downs of life. It's about developing resilience and inner peace so you can navigate challenges with grace and wisdom. It's recognizing that both light and shadow are part of the same whole. In the pursuit of raising your vibration and reaching higher spiritual states, there lies a temptation that can ensnare even the most well-intentioned seeker. It's the fifth truth, a truth that, if left unexamined, can lead you down a treacherous path. This truth is the temptation to escape reality. Spirituality offers a sanctuary, a refuge from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. It promises solace in meditation, transcendence in yoga, and enlightenment in deep contemplation. And while these practices can indeed bring profound benefits to your life, there's a risk of using them as an escape route from the practical aspects of life that demand your attention. Consider the parable of the lotus eaters from Greek mythology. In this tale, the lotus eaters consume a flower that induces a dreamy, blissful state, causing them to forget their responsibilities and the passage of time. They become complacent and lose touch with reality. In a similar vein, the allure of spiritual experiences can lead you to neglect your daily duties and obligations. It's essential to recognize that spirituality should not be a means of evading life's challenges or responsibilities. While meditation may provide a temporary reprieve from stress, it should not be a substitute for addressing the root causes of that stress in your daily life. Yoga can bring physical and mental harmony, but it should not serve as a way to avoid necessary action. The risk of using spirituality to escape reality is that it can create a disconnect between your inner world and your external circumstances. You might find solace in a tranquil meditation session, but if you return to a chaotic and neglected life, the benefits of your practice may be short-lived. Furthermore, the very essence of raising your vibration is to become more present, more aware, and more engaged with life in all its dimensions. To use spirituality as an escape is to miss the point entirely. True spiritual growth occurs when you integrate the insights and wisdom gained from your practices into your daily existence. To avoid falling into this trap, it's important to strike a balance between your spiritual pursuits and your practical responsibilities. Your spiritual practices should enhance your ability to navigate life, not serve as an excuse to avoid it. To navigate this delicate balance between spirituality and reality, it's valuable to turn to the wisdom of philosopher Alan Watts. Alan Watts, a British philosopher, writer and speaker, dedicated his life to exploring the profound connections between Eastern spirituality and Western philosophy. His teachings resonate deeply with those who seek a harmonious integration of spirituality into their daily lives. Watts emphasized the importance of understanding that spirituality is not a means to escape reality, but rather a way to engage with it more deeply. He believed that spiritual practices should enrich our experience of the present moment rather than serve as an escape from it. One of Watts's key insights was that the pursuit of higher spiritual states and the engagement with the practical aspects of life are not mutually exclusive. He encouraged individuals to bring mindfulness and presence to every aspect of their existence, whether it be their work, relationships, or daily responsibilities. Watts argued that by fully immersing ourselves in the present moment and approaching our responsibilities with a sense of presence and mindfulness, we can find a deeper connection to the spiritual dimension of life. In this view, spirituality is not a separate realm, but a lens through which we can view and engage with the world around us. To apply Watts's wisdom, one might approach meditation as a tool for cultivating awareness and clarity to better address life's challenges. Instead of using yoga as an escape from stress, it can be seen as a means to maintain physical and mental well-being, allowing you to face life's demands with greater resilience. Now we encounter the crucial sixth truth, a pivotal moment that resembles the shedding of old skin to make way for the new. This truth is the purging process. Imagine a river flowing steadily, carrying with it debris and sediment from its source. As it continues its journey, the river encounters rapids and cascades, churning and foaming as it surges forward. In its turbulence, the river releases the burden of accumulated debris, cleansing itself as it moves towards its destination. Much like this river, the process of raising your vibration involves a profound purging, a cleansing of the old, stagnant energies and patterns that no longer serve your higher self. It's a shedding of the layers that have accumulated over years, perhaps even lifetimes, and it can be both exhilarating and challenging. The purging process is not unlike the phoenix rising from its own ashes. It symbolizes the death and rebirth that is inherent in the spiritual journey. Just as the phoenix must first burn away its old form to be reborn anew, you must release the old to make way for the higher aspects of yourself to emerge. This process often manifests as emotional purging, sudden bursts of intense emotions, memories, or unresolved traumas that surface for healing. These emotional releases can be challenging as they may bring discomfort and upheaval. However, they are necessary for your growth and spiritual evolution. Consider the teachings of various spiritual traditions that emphasize purification rituals. In Hinduism, there is the practice of bathing in the holy river Ganges to cleanse one's sins and impurities. Similarly, in Christianity, baptism symbolizes the cleansing and rebirth of the soul. The purging process is an opportunity for you to release what no longer aligns with your higher self. It might involve letting go of toxic relationships, old beliefs, or attachments to material possessions. It can also manifest as physical detoxification through changes in diet and lifestyle. While the purging process can be challenging, it is essential to approach it with compassion and self-care. Allow the old energies to flow out of your life gracefully, knowing that this release is creating space for higher vibrational energies to enter. In the mosaic of truths about raising your vibration, there is the final seventh truth, an aspect that must not be overlooked, a treacherous pitfall that can entrap even the most sincere seeker. This final truth is spiritual arrogance, like a tall mountain with its peak obscured by mist and clouds. As you ascend, you gain clarity of vision, seeing the world from a higher perspective. The air is crisp and the view breathtaking. In this elevated state, it's easy to believe that you have attained a superior understanding of life and spirituality. However, this elevation can lead to a subtle yet perilous sense of superiority, a belief that you are somehow more enlightened, more spiritually evolved, or more aware than others. This is the trap of spiritual arrogance. The spiritual journey is not a competition or a hierarchy, and it certainly does not grant you a license to look down upon others. The moment you begin to feel spiritually superior is the moment you lose touch with the very essence of spiritual growth. Spiritual arrogance can manifest in various ways. It may lead you to judge others for their choices or beliefs, dismiss differing perspectives as inferior, or even adopt a holier-than-thou attitude. It is a subtle poison that taints the purity of your spiritual journey. Consider the teachings of the Zen tradition, which emphasize the importance of humility and the concept of beginner's mind. In Zen, it is believed that approaching each moment with a sense of openness and curiosity, as if you were a beginner, allows you to maintain a humble and receptive attitude. The antidote to spiritual arrogance is humility, a recognition that the path of raising your vibration is a journey of continuous learning and growth. No matter how high you climb, there will always be new vistas to explore, and others may have insights that you have yet to discover. The danger of spiritual arrogance lies in its ability to isolate you from others. Instead of building bridges of understanding and compassion, it erects walls of separation and judgment. It is essential to remember that the true essence of spirituality is not about being better than others, but about being better than your former self. As you reach higher states of awareness and consciousness, let them be a source of inspiration and service to others rather than a cause for self-congratulation. Share your wisdom with humility, recognizing that we are all fellow travelers on this journey of life. With this final truth, we complete the 7 harsh truths of raising your vibration. May these insights serve as beacons of wisdom and guidance on your spiritual journey. Are you ready to walk the path of humility and connection? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.